All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're taking a close look at the militaries of two neighbors in Southeast Asia, Thailand and Cambodia. We're going to break down everything, from their budgets to their tanks and jets, to really understand who has the upper hand. So let's get into it.
First, let's set the scene with a hypothetical. Imagine it's July 2025, and tensions along the border finally snap. Now, this isn't just some made-up fantasy. To understand why a flashpoint like this is even plausible, you just have to look back at the very real and very deadly border clashes that happened between 2008 and 2011. That history is the backdrop for everything we're about to talk about.
So, let's not bury the lead here. I'm going to give you the final answer right at the top. The military balance is overwhelmingly, and I mean overwhelmingly, in Thailand's favor. Now, the fun part is figuring out exactly why that is. And to really get to the bottom of this, you've got to follow the money. I mean, it all starts with the budget, right? The numbers tell the real story of just how deep this imbalance goes.
First up, we have Thailand. Their defense budget clocks in at almost $5.9 billion. Now that is a serious chunk of change, and it's all aimed at keeping their military modern and professional.
And on the other side of the border, we have Cambodia. Their defense budget is $860 million. Yeah, you can already see where this is going, can't you?
In this chart, wow, it really just lays it all out, doesn't it? We're not talking about a small gap here. This is a nearly 7-to-1 difference in funding. That extra cash buys everything from cutting-edge tech and better training to the simple ability to keep your equipment running. It is the fuel for the entire military machine.
So where does all that cash actually go? Well, this table gives us a fantastic snapshot. Thailand has more professional active-duty troops and a big reserve force that Cambodia just doesn't have. But just look at the numbers for aircraft and the Navy. The difference is just staggering. This is where you see that budget gap in action.
Okay, let's get our boots on the ground and take a look at the armies. And what we find here is a classic clash of philosophies. One side is focused on modernization and tech, while the other is all about manpower and sheer numbers.
And this right here, this really gets to the heart of their strategies. Thailand is playing the long game, investing in quality, well-trained soldiers using modern gear that all works together. Cambodia, on the other hand, is leaning into its strength, quantity, just a massive number of foot soldiers backed by a truly colossal amount of artillery.
So check out what Thailand's quality-first approach gets them. They've got a mix of proven American tanks and brand new Chinese ones. They're buying up modern armored vehicles, and they're investing in the future of warfare. We're talking tactical drones and even systems to shoot down enemy drones. They're always upgrading.
Now Cambodia, they've got an ace up their sleeve on the ground, and it is just raw, overwhelming firepower. They have a huge number of older but still deadly tanks. But their real knockout punch comes from their artillery, and specifically these things, BM-21 Grad rocket launchers. Their plan is simple, just saturate the battlefield with firepower.
But here's the thing about all that firepower on the ground. It kind of becomes a moot point when you look up. And this, right here, is the absolute game changer in this whole matchup, air power. I mean, look at this. This one slide says it all, doesn't it? The Royal Thai Air Force has a powerful fleet of over 90 modern jets, a mix of American F-16s and Swedish Gripens. The Royal Cambodian Air Force? Zero. Zilch. Not a single operational fighter jet to challenge them.
And it gets even more lopsided because it's not just about the fighter jets themselves. Thailand has these things we call force multipliers. They fly these special planes that are basically flying command centers, giving them a god's eye view of the entire battlefield. They're buying even better jets, and they're getting flying gas stations to refuel their planes in midair. It's an incredible advantage.
And in our hypothetical 2025 crisis, this is exactly what plays out. This air dominance isn't just on paper. It means Thai jets can strike Cambodian positions pretty much whenever they want, with very, very little to stop them.
All right, so let's move from the skies to the seas. And here we see another huge divide. You can really think of it as a blue water navy versus a brown water navy.
Thailand has what we call a blue water navy. And what does that mean? It means their navy isn't just for hugging the coast. It's built to go out into the deep ocean. They can project power way beyond their own shores, all across the region. And man, you can really see that ambition when you look at their ships. They operate the HTMS Chakri Narobet, and get this, it's the only aircraft carrier in all of Southeast Asia. They've got a whole fleet of modern frigates and corvettes to back it up, and they're even building a submarine.
Now flip that coin over and you've got Cambodia's Navy. It's what we call a brown water force. And its job is way, way simpler. Basically just patrol its own backyard, its coastline and its rivers.
And this is where the story gets really interesting. Cambodia's navy itself is tiny, mostly just a handful of small patrol boats. But its entire naval future is being shaped by an outside power, China. China is funding and building a huge naval base for them and providing new ships and training.
Okay, we've gone through the budgets, the armies, the air forces, the navies. So let's zoom out. What's the big picture here? What does all of this actually mean?
I mean, the takeaway is pretty clear, right? You've got this massive 7-to-1 funding gap that just creates a huge technology gap across every single domain. And that advantage becomes absolute, totally non-negotiable when you look at the skies. The conclusion is just inescapable. It is a massive military imbalance.
And that leaves us with one final fascinating question to chew on. We've seen how Cambodia is leaning on a huge ally, China, to try and level the playing field a bit, especially at sea. So it really makes you think, in a region defined by these kinds of clear imbalances, how much can a powerful friend really change the game?